Simon Lizotte signing with MVP. Let's talk about it. Alright, so I know this is just a rumor for now, but I just wanted to go off the premise of this early stage rumor that Simon Lizotte will actually be moving from Team Discmania to MVP. So we see it's already been going a little bit around Reddit. It's made its way all the way up to Foundation, talking about the logistics with Brody. And I think there's actually a good amount of traction to this. I think if this was just like a random rumor, there wouldn't be as many DMs, there wouldn't be as many implications to this rumor, and the timing wouldn't be as perfect as it is. And something to mention is that Jordan Castro did actually post a comment about the rumors on Simon's move. So if somebody were to know about the movement, it would be Jordan. And I don't think he would necessarily be as open with it, but let's just assume that he knows this move's happening and that this is actually going to take place. So if we look at Simon's page, just get a brief rundown of where he's at. Let's just look. He has apparel. He has so many shirts and professional material that has his name on it with his signature series. He has his baby with Discmania apparel. He has Discmania through and through. And I know a lot of people may be thinking, hey, moving to another company really isn't like that big of a deal. But looking at Ben Calloway here, he has been demoted on the Discraft team to the tour team. Now, I know that may not sound like a whole lot, but he's actually going to be making a lot less money and going to get a lot less promotion from Discraft. So what company you sign for and where you're at on the team definitely does matter. And I do think it would be a huge shift for Discmania and for the entire team of MVP if this change were to occur. So Simon Lizotte signed with Team Discmania in 2013. So this is a long contract. Another thing to note is he actually has one more year on his contract. So if MVP were to buy them out, it would have to be 1 year with whatever they pay Simon currently, which could be 100, 200, maybe even like 350. It could be a lot of money. And looking at Discmania's store, they have Simon Lizotte just everywhere. So if there was a deal that UC put out there that didn't actually work out, it would have had to be insanely high, or UC is going through some life issues. So maybe there is just a lot of turmoil behind the scenes that we're not seeing. And maybe they just don't have a great enough workforce right now to give Simon what he needs, especially with Simon having a 1-year-old. That is just a lot to deal with. And I could definitely see maybe Simon does need a little bit more money than before because he has a child to work for and to make sure he provides for. Let's go over Simon's discs. So he's got a Sky God, Shadow Titan, Crescent Fountain, Doombird, Skyrider, and a bunch of other signature series discs. He's got his tilt. There is a lot of built-in Simon merch, Simon apparel, Simon discs that are just coated with Discmania. But I do think that the person exceeds the brand. I don't think Simon is Discmania, but I do think Discmania needs Simon. So let's talk about a world where Discmania does not have Simon on it. So we have Kyle and Eagle. We have Colton, who isn't really a huge player. We have Ella Hansen, that's definitely in the mix, but not necessarily like crushing it. So we have 3 players that aren't necessarily super important. Obviously, Eagle does make up a huge portion of that. But with that said, Eagle does not drive the same followers, viewership, anything that Simon does. Simon is the #1 content creator, and he will remain that for the time being. All right, so let's talk about what a MVP contract would even look like. So I think James Conrad got a massive deal. So James is currently on a 2-year contract. His first year is up, so he's got 1 year left, and he could potentially make a change too. But I don't foresee that happening because MVP really needs James. So if you look at James's discs, he's had his own line. There is nobody else in MVP that has their own line of discs. So we've got the Zenith, we've got the Terra, we have the Nomad, of course we got the World Champ Envy. So we have 4 signature discs just for James Conrad, who is arguably not that great of a player this year, although he may make some changes next year, may improve his game. This is his first year after the crazy shot. He just played pretty consistent, nothing great, nothing bad. I definitely think that the merch opportunities are limitless with Simon. There is so many things that people will buy just with his name on it. Obviously, I think MVP has really hooked on to that for James. And I think if Simon were to sign, it would be insane. And if Simon were to leave, I think this would mark a steep decline in Discmania. They used to be the most elite, the most premium But if Simon leaves and Eagle is still out, this would be a huge sign that Discmania is not in a great place and will not be in a great place for years to come. Obviously, this is still just a rumor for now, but if this does come out to be true, this would be a crazy, crazy mark in disc golf. I think this would be a bigger change than even Paul moving to Discraft. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to subscribe. Wild Runs signing out. Peace.